gray 2018 Dodge Caravan operated by 41-year-old Jessica Charette of West Warwick was traveling north on Norwich Road when the operator failed to maintain proper lane and struck 15-year-old Caleb Russell Lyons, who was walking north on Norwich Road. The caravan left the scene but was then located in Warregan. The juvenile was evaluated on scene by members of Plainfield Fire and Canterbury Fire Department and was later transported to Plainfield Bacchus Emergency Care in Plainfield for what appeared to be minor injuries. Charette was cited for evading responsibility as well as failure to maintain proper lane. In sports over the weekend, yesterday, Griswold Youth Football, the Micros had a tough loss in East Lyme, losing 20-19, finishing the season on an 8-2 record. The seniors won 24-14 against East Lyme. They have finished with a perfect 10-0. The juniors had a bye, and all three teams now have home field advantage for the playoffs. In high school football, Griswold lost 27-6 to Woodstock Academy. Plainfield got shut out by Killingly 46-0. And Montville took an absolute beating from Ledyard, 64-6. In Class SS boys cross country, the Strain triplets, Michael, Lucas, and Jacob, finished 3, 4, and 6, respectively.
The 8:30 a.m. report has been brought to you by the Burns Agency. With offices in Dayville and Norwich, find out why you'll buy better at Burns.
All right, let's take a time. All right, here's Paul with the weather.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jew City is 44 degrees. Starting today, highs will be somewhere around 61 degrees. A little wind around between 5 to 10 miles per hour. But tonight, going to be kind of some clear skies. Lows will be around 34. And for Tuesday, well, it's the same thing. More sun. It's going to be 66 degrees. Again, tomorrow, nice warm day. And, of course, for Tuesday evening, lows will be around 43 degrees. So the evening's going to be a little warmer for the next couple of days. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Monday, 11/08/2021.
October is Fire Safety Month. Some important messages: have 2 exits out of the home, have a meeting place outside in case of a fire, keep smoking matches and lighters locked up, keep batteries in all the smoke detectors and 1 detector in every room. Teach your children their address and how to call 911. This has been a message from Griswold Health and Safety and SNSN.
Local news, sports, and weather. SNSN.
All right. That was Rich Wasselick doing that one right there.
Yeah.
I like that, huh?
That was pretty good.
We get everybody involved.
Good.
What?
I'm saying good.
How was your weekend?
Well, every day's a weekend for me. So
Yeah.
they're a little cool. Don't do much on the weekend, though. Try not to. Like some people have to work. Got to work on the weekend, but I kind of like try not to do much.
You don't do a lot, huh? Do you anymore? Yeah. Slowing down, are you?
Slowing down.
Well,
I don't like working outside in the cool. But next couple of days, man, I'll have time to get outside and do those leaves.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be nice today. It's going to be nice tomorrow.
Tomorrow's supposed to be almost 68.
Huh?
Getting up there. Getting up there.
It's going to be pretty good.
Time to get the shorts.
Hopefully,
back.
It'll stay that way.
I know. Till Wednesday, and then Thursday. Back.
Well, you better get out there early, Paul, because we are now in Eastern Standard Time. We fell back.
Yeah, we did.
Got an extra hour's sleep, but you know what? It's all right. It'll be dark by 2 p.m.
But the problem is, this morning, guess what?
What?
I was up at 6 o'clock.
It was still dark. It was dark, wasn't it?
Starting to get a little light. But 6 o'clock, I woke up. Because I wake up at 7. I mean, normally I get up at 7, but normally, but
I got to be honest. I don't like this time of year I like it because of, you get a lot of indoor stuff and people get together. It's the holidays and it's, that's all good and fun. But 4:30, you look outside and go, yep, my day's over.
Well, it's going to continue to get darker and darker.
I know.
Until the 21st of December.
I know. Yeah. And it's okay. November and December, I'm okay with it, right? But January and February, especially January, that month, why can't we just get rid of January? Because January is a dank, cold,
snowy.
crappy month. There's nothing about January
Is any good?
that I really care about.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, none.
So why don't we skip it this year?
That's right.
Guess what?
What?
January.
Canceled. Oh yeah, give us your cancel culture report of the day,
Okay.
Paul Lash.
Okay, here we go. The latest cancel culture
Oh, Jesus.
right now.
Yeah.
Is Thanksgiving.
Okay.
They canceled because we were bad to the indigenous people. So
Okay.
canceled.
Canceled.
No more turkeys. No more nothing.
Okay.
It's gone.
So Thanksgiving is now
Canceled.
Yep. All right.
Next,
What was the other one you brought up? Something about music.
classic rock.
Okay.
That's canceled too.
Why?
Because of the type of music it was and the time it was, and it's not. People today don't like that kind of music, so it's canceled.
Classic rock.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Yep.
All right.
I think we should cancel the cancel culture.
I think so too.
I mean, we should get rid of those assholes. I hate to say it, I don't say too much, but what's next?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Christmas
know.
is coming. That's probably going to be canceled if it already isn't. Yeah. New Year's will be canceled.
Scott Fryer says, "Good morning, men."
Good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you think should be canceled? I mean, if anything.
Yeah. What's next?
What anybody in the chat group that's watching us online right now?
Yeah. What are we going to cancel
What's canceled next?
Yeah. I think it should cancel the president.
All right, let's chit chat about that a little bit. So we've talked about this a bunch of times, just over like a cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And Scott said, cancel the government.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
There you go. Just one big body of work. We'll just get it done.
The one thing the government
canceled.
Here's what the government doesn't realize.
What?
The government of the United States was generated for we the people, not we the government.
And I don't know who posted this, but I saw, and Scott, it may have well been you. I don't know, but it was a speech that Ronald
Reagan did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, talking about how the government works for the people don't work for the government.
Right.
Well,
apparently they think it's the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get rid of the people in Washington.
Oh, we've been saying that for...
I'm hoping that what's happening is that some people are waking up now. They're seeing what's happening. We started at this level, and I hope it continues on through the next state level, and it continues on to the federal level.
Mm.
Not that it has to be a Republican or a Democrat. We need to get rid of the people that are in office now and replace them with new people.
Well, I think the last election, they pretty much sent... I think myself personally, I think it was a message that was sent.
Yeah.
And with all of the Republicans that won, it was definitely a message. I think it was definitely reactionary.
Yep.
To what's happening on a national level, not national level.
Yep. So let's hope.
What about you folks? Do you think it was reactionary that there was a resounding Republican vote during the last election? And it wasn't just here; it was across the country.
Yeah.
It was definitely across the country.
And it was not a coordinated effort either. So it was not a coordinated effort. I mean, we didn't have the little town of Griswold talking to some town in New York City, or New York, rather, I should say New York City, but a town in New York.
Yeah. And even in like small town politics, right?
Yeah.
We've mentioned it, like Plainfield, for example.
Yeah.
Really, what's the difference between many Republicans and Democrats? There's really not a lot, if anything.
They're all residents of the community.
Exactly.
It's just
same thing with Griswold here too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Court Kinney says, this is part of it. The most frightening words are "we're from the government" and "we're here to help."
Yeah, that is true. That is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope people wake up. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, otherwise, you're in your 50s. I hate to tell you what it's going to look like 20 years from now if you guys don't do something.
I'm more concerned with my kids, you know.
Yeah.
I'm worried about, I have two that are young adults.
They
live out on their own.
Yeah.
And they're just starting to get, on with their own lives.
They may not be able to have the freedoms that we have been able to have over the course of our life. They may be changed. Yeah, you never know.
Do you feel that this is going to go to a completely socialistic type of government?
I hope not. I hope not.
Okay.
I really hope not. Do we really want that? Look at some of the countries that have had socialistic. They're no good.
No.
You want to live there?
Here we are.
I hope not. It's because some of the people we have in Congress, that's their idea, and we have to get rid of them.
Cindy Martin says our future generations are in trouble.
But and the problem is some of the
which
ones,
we just spoke to. Yeah.
Right. Some of them at our age right now that are young, that are in this voting, are naive. They have no clue what's going on. They have no clue, and they're going right along with it. Like somebody's got a big hook in their nose, and they're pulling them along. They'll wake up, but it's going to be too late.
I think, honestly, one of the things that really directed this election is, and really got people into a vote Republican mindset from a national level, was this whole "Let's Go Brandon" thing.
It could be.
I think that was a big way of swaying things.
It could be.
I mean, that went viral,
Yeah.
And everybody's like, and honestly, if you think about it, it's kind of stupid, let's go Brandon. I mean, we understand what the message is, but it's kind of,
well, it's a cleaned up message of what the original one was. So.
Well, it's all right. You got a guy driving through town with two flags.
I know he is.
That says F Biden. I mean, so.
Yeah, I know. And some people weren't too happy because he's what it says, but hey, he's freedom of speech. He can do what the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Can't stop him.
But I wonder if you can stop him because of the type of language. Like,
I don't know. I don't think you can.
No? Okay.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. If it's vulgar or offensive, is it something? If not, I can tell you this. If you can have a show on public access from your cable company, you can do anything. You can present nudity. And you can't do anything about it because it's freedom of speech.
Right. Exactly. I mean, there's a few TV stations that you can hear the F word on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of our culture now. It's just kind of, but Paul, one thing you have to think about is that it's always progressed through the decades, right?
Yeah.
So in the 60s, they'd have a sitcom, right? Yeah. And they'd actually have censors that were in the audience.
Yep.
Look at Lucy and Desi. They couldn't even sleep in the same bed.
That's true.
Now look.
Wow. You're right.
And it was really, really egregious when you have Mike and Carol Brady in the same bed, right?
Yeah.
People are like, ooh, that's television right there, folks.
Yeah. It might even get a little more risque as things move on.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean,
what?
No, I think what's going to happen. A lot more stuff is going to get relaxed because of the way the culture is now.
It's been relaxed. It's getting relaxed.
Maybe even more relaxed. But when you get back to the F word, let's face it. What this guy flying those flags down the street, you telling me that any 10, 12, 14-year-old doesn't know what the hell that means? They use that word. They use that word.
It's in the music.
They use that word like it's everyday vocabulary.
It's in the popular music.
Absolutely.
All right. So I had my daughter, my youngest daughter, in the car with me, and she likes to hook up her phone to the Bluetooth and play her music, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's a song that comes on, F this, F that, F this, F that. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's the generation
exactly
I was brought up in, right?
Right.
I was even talking to some other radio people from different stations. It's hard to find music to play.
Yeah.
Because everything is F this, F that, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, she goes, well, it's just a song. And I said, does that make it okay?
Hmm.
And she goes, well, it's just music, Dad.
Yeah.
And I went, okay. I said, I understand that. I said, but would you go sing this song to a judge in a courtroom?
Right.
Would you say this to Father at church? Probably no. Oh, why? If it's just music.
Yeah. I mean, in my generation, you never used the F words around women. You just never did.
In my generation and when I was younger, you didn't use it at all.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they did, but
Yeah.
my mother would never say it until I got older.
Yeah.
And then it was like every other word.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, my mother flew F-bombs left and
Well, there's a
right,
lot. Right now, you talk to anybody, whether male, female,
Mhm.
young, old, F-bombs are out there. Like,
Yeah.
it's the everyday vocabulary now.
Leon says, well, the younger generation has to wake up. They have no respect for the law and pay no attention to where the world is heading.
Exactly. That's the problem.
And Kevin Cunningham, as we know him as First Selectman Kevin Cunningham in Plainfield. And please, no nudity on SNSN.
Wow. That would be
Yeah.
two fat guys with big guts.
Dad bods.
I
That's
don't-
what's going on here.
I don't have to worry about that, Kevin.
Yeah, that's not going to happen
Yeah, that's not
anytime soon whatsoever.
bad. No way, man.
So,
Yeah,
so what's popular these days? Oh, I know. You've got what's trending? Let's see. Standard time. That's trending.
no,
Cancel culture. That's trending.
no.
And you know what else is trending?
What?
Island boys. I've got to be an island boy. Have you seen these guys?
No,
These guys have tattoos all over their faces.
really.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're like 19, 20 years old. They're going, and I'm just trying to make it. I'm an island boy. They don't even have a record, but they just said they've gone. People have like gone crazy over the island boys.
No, sorry.
Oh.
Oh well. Oh well.
Leon said, I just spit my coffee. I'm just trying to make it.
Oh my God.
Come on, you guys have seen. I mean, they're everywhere. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook.
Never saw him.
Oh yeah, and they got the one guy has yellow hair. It's like in dreads, but it's like spiked. It's like, I mean, they're definitely new.
I can imagine. Don't laugh. We may have a president in the future with yellow hair or purple hair, tattoos all
I don't
over.
care. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I really honestly don't. I mean, I think that's one thing that I've, pretty much accepted,
Well, I
in
think
my
that-
world. When I was younger, Paul,
Yeah.
there's no way I said I would ever get a tattoo. Right.
Yeah.
And now I got boatloads of them
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Got them on my back. I'm like, oh, it's kind of addicting.
Well, that
It
is
really is.
That is true. I think you got to remember during the 40s, tattoos were a big thing, and then they kind of went. If you had a tattoo, it was bad, bad.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a few, 10, 15, 20 years ago, tattoos came back, and now everybody's got them.
Well, they're artwork.
Yeah.
Now more than anything.
Yeah.
And there are artists. It's
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
grayish green, that
Right.
like military
Right.
gentlemen used to, would get
So
like an anchor.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of sales, a lot of people when they were in the service got them. That was the big thing. But you're right. Once you get one, you want more.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I didn't get a tattoo until I was 50 years old.
Right there on my bicep, I'm gonna get Island boys. they're just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
just would never get anything where it would be displayed on my face or my neck.
Right.
Yeah. But maybe I ought to get my hair purple.
Why not?
Come in here someday with purple hair. Yeah, that'd be different.
So I'm gonna show something on the screen. If you guys haven't heard of the Island Boys,
Oh my God.
now they're not Island Boys. They're from Florida, really. And one's name is Frankie, and the other guy is Ricky or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this up on the screen right here.
Oh God.
Island Boys.
Well, there
they are. There's the Island Boys right there.
They'll last for about a couple months and then they'll gone. They'll be gone.
Yeah.
Something else will come along. And
Oh yeah, they're just the flavor of the week.
That's-
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but they're all over social media.
Well,
They don't have a record out or anything.
hmm,
But you know what?
so what?
God bless them. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not dropping F-bombs. They're just saying, I'm Island Boys. And that's the only thing they pretty much do.
Say, really?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go.
I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah. I think maybe Jim and I ought to get together and we can say, we're the old boys, we're the old men. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would go. We'd probably get one following.
All right. Laura says, can we please cancel some of the quote unquote reality TV shows?
Oh.
People know they aren't actually real, right?
Yeah.
All right. So here's one, and I can do an impression of the guy.
Oh.
It was was it 90 Day Fiance or something like that? I think it was on MTV.
I don't know where it is. I do see it advertised, but I won't watch it.
There's a guy on the show. His name's Big Ed.
Big Ed.
Big Ed. He's a little guy. And he's got no neck. No neck at all. So here we go.
That's a big guy.
Here I am, Big Ed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got pterodactyl arms, yeah.
Yeah.
Just some Big Ed.
What's the one I saw advertised now that there's a bachelorette one on where there's two bachelors?
Oh, one's rich, one's poor.
No, one's rich, one poor. They got to pick out the one that's the rich one. Oh man!
So what happens in that situation? Oh, I got the poor one. Sorry, I'm out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. There are a lot of those realities.
because you know that poor dude is just being set up.
Yeah.
He's just being absolutely set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had Naked and Afraid.
That's I
No, Naked and Afraid Island style with young people.
What?
Yeah, it was actually young folks. They really were on an island. A lot of stuff was supplied for them, and they're just guys and gals living naked on an island, hooking up. So what the hell, That's really interesting. I don't even watch it.
Well, a lot of things on TV are still they still kids watch it.
Yeah.
And their world, a lot of times get molded around what they see on TV because to them it's reality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really what's happening? No, really? Oh my God.
Yeah. Plus, you noticed a lot of the old TV shows from the early days are coming back.
Such as?
So
can't even think of any.
CSI Las Vegas is back.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying that's an example of one with the same two actors.
There's going to be like CSI Decatur, Illinois, at some point. I mean,
I'm just saying that's one. And then Hawaii 5-0 was on for a while.
Yeah, that got canceled.
That got canceled, but it was on for a lot of years.
Canceled.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of old shows that are coming back because of the fact that
the Fantasy Island came back too, but I don't know if it
Fantasy Island came back. I'm not sure if it's still on, but that show was actually the only male in that show was the director. It was all written and produced. Everything was done by women.
What a perfect combination. It could be Fantasy Island Boys. I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen that back on. It was on for 3 or 4 weeks and then it went off. I don't know. Maybe people didn't like it. I don't know. Yeah.
I used to love it though, with Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, well, they didn't have the guy with the
and
plane.
Hervé Villachez.
No plane.
No plane.
No plane. Well, they had a plane, but there was nobody yelling out there at the plane.
The plane, boss, the plane.
Yeah, I watched a couple times because I was curious if they were going to do that. And
Tattoo, what M&Ms do you like? The plane.
No.
The plane.
No, it was actually an all women type show.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Written, director was a male, but the rest were all female.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute right here on SN.
Gambling, tobacco, and alcohol are all legal for adults. For those under 21, providing these things can land you in jail. It's 21 for a reason.
Be someone your child can depend on and trust. Model behavior that expresses you care about them and their choices. Encourage them to wait until 21 to try alcohol. It is 21 for a reason. Visit CIRACCT.org for more information.
Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. It's 21 for a reason. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Grill Liquors and V-Town Liquors. Hundreds of new products, the best prices around, and a renovated Voluntown store are giving away a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle 10-year bourbon. Online, that bottle goes for up to $1,000. Tickets are $20 a piece. Buy all you want. And the tickets available at the Griswold or Voluntown stores. Winner announced October 2nd. You don't need to be present to win. All proceeds support Griswold Youth Football. Grill Liquors and V-Town Liquors. The best parties start here.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 860-376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138, Griswold.
Tire Queen.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Hello, I'm Miranda Mahoney, Project Coordinator of Grizzled Pride, your drug-free community coalition. We want to help you keep your kids safe during this challenging time. Social distancing is still in effect, and so is the social host law. Reports are coming in that teens are contracting the virus at underage drinking parties. Parents, allowing underage drinking on your property could land you in jail for up to a year, plus fines. Another reason why you should not provide alcohol to our youth. For more info, go to grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org.
The home of Griswold Wolverine Sports, SNSN.
And good morning. Welcome back to the show. We certainly hope that you patronize our sponsors that make it possible for us to, sit here and be goofy. And, but they also help us with sports.
True.
Which is probably, between sports and news is, pretty much one of our biggest things. Like, youth sports now has become a big part of us here. High school sports.
Now is football over?
Oh, hell no.
No?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Youth football? As far as Griswold youth football, no. It's not over at all. Matter of fact, they're just getting ready to get in the playoffs.
Oh.
And all three Griswold youth teams, the juniors, micros, and seniors, all have home field advantage for the playoffs. So,
great.
So anyway, all right, we're going to break for news, and Paul and I will be back on the other side. So stick with us right here on SNSN.
The flagship for Griswold High School sports, and your home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streaming News and Sports Network, SNSN.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Starting today, the United States is lifting restrictions on travel from Mexico, Canada, and most of Europe. The COVID-19 restrictions have been in place for more than a year and a half, which affected tourists, business travelers, and often separated families. Germany's coronavirus infection rate has climbed to its highest recorded level yet, and while it's still a lower rate than in several other European countries, it has German officials worried. Lawsuits are piling up over President Biden's vaccine mandates.
President Biden's order that OSHA enforces vaccine mandates on private employers has already generated federal lawsuits from the attorneys general in 26 states, the Daily Wire website, as well as the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville. At this pace, analysts say legal actions will very likely drag on through the deadline on the 4th of January. Ken Lorman reporting.
Spyware from Israeli hackers has been detected on the cell phones of 6 Palestinian human rights activists. We get more details from correspondent Joseph Krause.
Security researchers say that they have detected the Pegasus software, which is developed by an Israeli company known as the NSO Group, on the phones of 6 Palestinian activists. 3 of those activists work for civil society organizations that Israel just last month branded as terrorist groups. Now, it's unclear who put the software on these phones, but it is the first time that the software has been detected on the phones of Palestinian activists.
In Houston, investigators are expected to examine the design of safety barriers and the use of crowd control in determining what led to Friday night's deadly crush of spectators at a music festival. 8 people were killed, hundreds more injured, many remain hospitalized. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming back.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Fuel price analyst Trilby Lundberg says crude oil prices have been bouncing around the past couple of weeks.
The strength in the oil market remains. This is in part because OPEC's restraint in not raising output any more than they originally planned, despite requests to up that output, and partly because globally, oil demand is rising. It's recovering to pre-pandemic levels.
The average price of regular grade gasoline jumped by 5 cents the past 2 weeks to $3.49 per gallon. That's up $1.30 from a year ago. At the Supreme Court today, justices will hear a case involving a group of Muslim men from Southern California who claim that the FBI spied on them and hundreds of others following the September 11th attacks. They claim that, among other things, their religious rights were violated. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston. A female high school athlete is back in competition after recently suffering verbal abuse.
A female high school hockey goalie in Pennsylvania returns to the ice Monday for her first game since she was the target of vulgar and abusive language from spectators. The X-rated chants from students at Armstrong High School targeted the teenager for the Mars Fighting Planets in an October 28th game. Meanwhile, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League has barred Armstrong students now from attending their school's hockey games, and the team has been placed on probation. Jason Walker reporting.
Troops and patrols have deployed around Baghdad following the failed assassination attempt of Iraq's prime minister. The attack significantly raises tensions sparked by the refusal of Iran-backed militias to accept last month's election results. More at townhall.com.
The voice of Griswold, Jewett City and Plainfield. SNSN. The 9 a.m. report on the streaming news and sports network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
I love working here because of the people, and I get to work with my family every day.
Come to Charlene's Diner for the best breakfast you've ever had.
That was Brittany and Matt from Charlene's Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. There are only a few things that have been able to stand the test of time in Jewett City, and one of them just happens to be Charlene's Diner, who just celebrated their 40th anniversary in business. How do you stay in business that long in a small town like Jewett City? It's a simple recipe, really great food and friendly service, and of course, family. You'll feel like family too, because you'll always be greeted with a smile that makes you feel like you're right at home. Stop by for breakfast or lunch 7 days a week. If you don't have any time, well, that's no problem. Order ahead and your food will be waiting for you when you walk into Charlene's door. You can find Charlene's Diner on Facebook too. Stop in and join the family for breakfast or lunch today.
I'm Charlene. Come to Charlene's Diner and order what you want and eat what you get.
This is a news update from the Streaming News and Sports Programming Network, SNSN. On Sunday, November 7th at about 2:34 p.m., state police was dispatched to a three-car motor vehicle collision on Route 44 and Pumpkin Hill Road in Ashford that claimed the life of a Dayville man, 92-year-old Gerard Sinkmars, when he was struck head-on by a 22-year-old John Brozak of Coventry, as Brozak tried to swerve out of the way from a car that was braking in front of him. Sinkmars was taken to Wyndham Hospital for his injuries at first and was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. If you have any information regarding this incident, please call Trooper Haynes at Troop C 860-896-3200, as this case remains under investigation and all calls will remain confidential. Another accident from Sunday at about 2:41, just about the same time as the other one. Members of Plainfield Police and Canterbury Fire Department responded to the report of a juvenile being struck by a vehicle in the area of 388 Norwich Road in Plainfield. Upon the investigation of responding officers, it was determined that a gray 2018 Dodge Caravan operated by 41-year-old Jessica Charette of West Warwick was traveling north on Norwich Road when the operator failed to maintain proper lane and struck 15-year-old Caleb Russell Lyons, who was walking north on Norwich Road. The caravan left the scene but was then located in Warregan. The juvenile was evaluated on scene by members of Plainfield Fire and Canterbury Fire Department and was later transported to Plainfield Bacchus Emergency Care in Plainfield for what appeared to be minor injuries. Charette was cited for evading responsibility as well as failure to maintain proper lane. In sports over the weekend, yesterday, Griswold Youth Football, the Micros, had a tough loss in East Lyme, losing 20-19, finishing the season on an 8-2 record. The seniors won 24-14 against East Lyme. They have finished with a perfect 10-0. The juniors had a bye, and all three teams now have home field advantage for the playoffs. In high school football, Griswold lost 27-6 to Woodstock Academy. Plainfield got shut out by Killingly 46-0. And Montville took an absolute beating from Ledyard, 64-6. In Class SS boys cross country, the Strain triplets, Michael, Lucas, and Jacob, finished 3, 4, and 6, respectively.
The 9 a.m. report on SNSN has been brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want. Eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. And here he is. It's Paul Lash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature in Jewett City now is up to 50 degrees. Plenty of sunshine around today. Highs will be somewhere around 61 degrees. Little wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. But tonight, well, clear skies, lows around 33. And of course, for your Tuesday, guess what? Sunny again. Highs will be somewhere around 65 degrees. Little bit of wind tomorrow, not much. And of course, for Tuesday evening, partly cloudy skies. Generally through the evening, Lows will be somewhere around 42 degrees. And that's your weather from SNS Head on this Monday, 11/08/2021.
News and information you need for your day. SNSN.
All right. Good morning.
Yeah.
It's 9 minutes after 9. We've had Mondays is always, just kind of like a bouillabaisse of stuff that we talk about.
I know. First, I tell you about Judge Judy.
All right, hit me.
All right, Judge Judy is in trouble.
Okay.
Apparently, she's now accused of being a racist. She's being because apparently she made some comment about black, some of the contestants, litigants, I guess you call them. And then she's
they're contestants.
Well, that's true, and then apparently she's kind of rough on some of the people around her staff, the way she treats them. So now she's in trouble. So people are mad at her now.
Well,
her show's over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that Judge Judy show is gone now. And now she's got a new one out called Judy Justice, which is...
It's a new one?
It's a new one. It's not quite the same as the old one. I mean, the show is... To me, the first couple I watched was kind of boring, but anyway.
I used to like the People's Court and that kind of
That's
stuff.
still on.
Right, but then there's so many others that I just kind of get lost in it. It's like now I'm just like overwhelmed. I don't even want to watch them anymore.
Yeah. Well, now at the end, what they do is they go on and they have a little afterthought and they talk about some of the stuff that happened while they were in court. Like Judge Judy has her granddaughter on, and they talk about some of the stuff that happened with the case and why you shouldn't do this and this is why that happened and blah 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 blah. So,
gotcha.
So that's the way they know. The People's Court is the same way. She sits down, I think, with her husband, and they talk about some of the stuff.
Judge Judy and
no, I'm talking about People's Court. That judge sits down with her husband after the show is over, and they talk about stuff related to the
got it.
To the trials were. So that's the way it seems to be going now. But there's all kinds of judges out
I know.
there.
I don't.
It's
even,
like, what the hell?
I don't even like those shows anymore.
Yeah. Well, you could go on. You could create a show.
I was on People's Court.
I know. I heard you were.
I lost.
I mean, I kind of figured you were going to lose anyway. Just
shut up. But I still got $250 to go there.
Oh.
And a limo ride to New York and back.
Oh, there you go.
It's funny because when you go there, you have no idea. If you were outside and you didn't know, you'd never know. It was a TV studio.
Really?
So it's just like, it looks like from the outside, it looks like an abandoned building. And it's weird how they do it too, because they get you in and you walk in the door and there's nothing except an elevator. They put you on the elevator and there's somebody escorting you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of you. And then all they tell you is plaintiffs to the right, defendants to the left.
Sounds like normal court.
Exactly. You can't intermingle with the other people whatsoever. So you get up there and the door opens and you've got to go right or left. You can't go straight. You can. They're very serious about this. My God, the floor was ripped up. I mean, the place looked like crap.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that you would think that. Let's put it this way: they put no money in it. So then they usher you off into a room, and everybody's blah 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 talking about their case, because we're all plaintiffs.
Yep.
Then they call you. You got to come out, and you're behind those big doors, right? And all around you is just framing, and you can see all the lights and stuff on the other side.
Yeah.
So they tell you, when you hear the dun dun dun, walk forward and open the doors forcefully. Okay. And they're big, heavy doors. They really were. There was more money in those doors than anything else in the building. So I hear dun dun dun. So I walk forward and I hit the doors. The set falls over.
Cut.
Wait. Oh God! So I had to go back and do it again.
So who did you have? Judge Wapner?
No, I had who the hell did I have? No, I had Judge Judy's husband.
Oh, he was on.
Jerry Scheindlin.
Oh, he was on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got over, did the guy come up to you and say,
No, I got none of that.
None of that?
No.
So you weren't important.
No, not at all. You mean Doug Llewellyn or whatever his name is?
He's like, well,
now back to the next case.
He's still there. He's got to be like
Is he?
106. Yeah, he's still there. Everybody else is gone, but he's still there.
Oh my God, Doug Llewellyn?
Yeah.
Jesus. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Especially a lot of makeup on him. I mean, he's got to be old.
He's probably clinically dead.
Yeah.
But maybe it's kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's type thing. He's got a battery in him, and he's animatronic.
We shouldn't be talking about that guy that way.
Speaking of animatronic, do you know what I saw on social media yesterday?
No.
You can they have AI robots or just that you can talk to online.
Really?
And become friends with. I'm not kidding you. Wow. I saw it yesterday. I'm like, that's scary.
That is scary.
That's scary. It's kind of like, remember, there was a movie that was made about a guy who fell in love with Siri. You remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was about 5 years ago or so. It was pretty crazy, yeah.
Who knows what's next?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Carol says, I despise the Alaska bush freaks people.
Oh, the Alaska bush people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
There's just, you kind of wonder how realistic that is because, a couple of them have children. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my kid living in a tent in the middle of freaking winter.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you kind of wonder, how much money they're making.
Well, he's going to go back a few years.
The old man died. The guy that
I've never watched it. So
I know you didn't, but he just passed away from, but you kind of wonder. I mean, it's a whole bunch of kids all living together. You kind of wonder, Who knows? Yeah.
Going back a few years with those types of shows, reality shows.
Yeah.
You remember Mama June and Honey Boo Boo?
Yes, I just seen them.
They were on The Masked Singer.
I know it.
And they sang horribly.
Yeah.
Horribly.
Yeah, you knew they were going to get bumped.
Right. Yeah. It was awful.
Yeah.
They sounded terrible.
Yeah. I think they throw them on there purposely.
I do too, yeah.
So that the good ones don't get bumped right away.
Yeah, they get an extra week. So they go, okay, you know what? You guys go out there, you get bumped. And,
yeah.
I agree. Melissa and I were talking about that. I said that. I said, this has got to be. Because they probably say right out, go out there and, to these guys, sing as awful as you can.
Probably.
You know what? And honestly, it doesn't matter who voted because they can make it work.
Yes, they can.
They can say, all right, you guys lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody see the votes?
No.
So, all right. This portion of the SNSN Morning Show is brought to you by the Red Griswold Town Seal Christmas Ornament. Grizzly, you ain't ready for this. I'm telling you right now. You're not ready for it. Yeah, it's the Red Christmas Ornament. Or the Red Tsunami Christmas Ornament. So
you're terrible.
All you got to do is let's go to snsnradio.com and click on shop, and there it is.
So, we still haven't heard, but when did the new regime take over? When's the new sheriff?
2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
So was last week they voted? So what, we got another week?
Another week, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have. I still haven't heard if Todd Babbitt is going to accept the third selectman slot.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if he doesn't, then Rich Grabowski
will become.
So now it gets really, really crazy. If Todd doesn't want it and Rich doesn't want it, then they got to have an election for a third selectman.
I don't know.
No, I said they would. They
Oh,
have
they would.
to. Yeah.
It has-
Because there's nobody running. There's nobody else.
It has to be a Democrat too.
It would have to be a Democrat. Yeah, because they have to have minority representation on the board.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like the Board of Ed. There's 5 Republicans and 2 Democrats.
Yeah.
So even though, like, for example, Attorney Stuart Norman, even though he lost, he still made the board because they need the minority representation.
Now, why was he selected to remain now? Because he had the most tenure on the thing as far as years ago, or why? Because there were other Democrat people running on the board.
Yeah, but he had the most votes of
had the most
the
votes.
Democrats.
Okay, gotcha. That's who it was. All right.
So out of the few that were running,
he had the most votes. Gotcha.
So even though he lost, and really would have been a 7 Republican board, because they still need that representation. He was.
Gotcha.
Kathy says getting sworn in next Monday night.
Oh, Monday. Gotcha.
So.
All right. So that would be the day. Would that be?
Well, today is the 8th, right? So it'd be the 15th. 7 days from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Then
1 week.
The night of our health and safety meeting.
Is it Monday? But I thought they had Board of Selectmen meetings on Tuesday.
Oh, maybe it'll be Tuesday then because
No.
Yeah, because Monday is our health and safety.
Unless she's going to get sworn in on Monday, and then have her first Board of Selectmen meeting on Tuesday.
Yeah, of course, it'll be sworn.
I
It
don't
would
know.
be sworn in during the day anyway.
I would think they're going to go ahead and swear everybody in.
Be during the day. It'd probably be during the day.
Right.
It's not going to be at night.
So again, this portion of the show brought to you by the Red Christmas Town Seal Christmas ornament. It's legit, and you can actually get it on SNSN Radios. You just go to snsnradio.com and click on shop. There's a whole bunch of cool things there.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a whole bunch of cool things there. Matter of fact, the most of the sweatshirts and the hoodies that we're selling.
Good Christmas presents, and don't worry about delivery.
Yeah, you can just you can ship it
right away.
We can ship it, or you can just pick it up here. Now you can do that.
They're not sitting out
Nope.
out off the California coast.
Nope. They're all local, and part of the profits, pretty much all of it, because we ain't making any money on it. Trust me. Go to Project Safeguard.
Yep.
So how do you like those bananas?
I'd rather have apples.
Yeah. So Kathy reiterates they can be sworn in individually this week, but the swearing in ceremony is next Monday night.
Oh.
So there we go.
How are we going to do that? I guess our meeting will be upstairs.
Huh?
I guess our meeting will be upstairs.
You're getting bumped.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll meet upstairs.
So Kathy, let me ask you, since you're there, what about your husband, Richard? When is he getting sworn in? He got sworn. He became an alternate.
So he gets sworn in, so he won't be at our meeting.
Well, why not? It takes 30 seconds to get sworn in.
Well, aren't they going to have the bubbly?
I don't know. They'll have the crowning ceremony. Where they'll put their respective crowns on. Rich will get the alternate PNZ crown.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they get capes as alternates.
Capes.
Royal robes. I don't think they
Who gets
do.
the sword?
I don't. I think the second selectman does.
Gets the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you want to know something?
What's that?
Our second selectman, Richard Matters.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, I guess. I wonder if he's.
No, I don't want to say nobody. There is there are few, but from.
Yeah, we don't.
He's got a great record. As far
really-
as first selectman in Franklin, but in Grizzled, nobody knows him.
Yeah, nobody.
But he cleaned up on votes. Why? Because people are sending a message.
That's what it was. Yeah, exactly.
A message.
Yep.
That's all this is.
That was a message. They just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Democrats.
I guess Rich said he's gonna go down, run down, get sworn in, and go back up to the meeting.
Oh,
so there you go.
Okay.
So no demerits for Mr. Wassler.
So what do we need to bow now when he comes in the room, or what?
Well, no, we should be bowing to you, Paul. You're a chairman of the committee.
That don't mean crapola now. I don't belong to either party.
You can get a tilted crown there. So a new royalty coming to Griswold.
Yeah.
Starting Monday.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I will give that
good, bad, or indifferent.
No, I will give, as I did with Lamont, I will give them the benefit of the doubt to see how things go. As you know as well as I do, that if things don't go well, it'll be a quick 2 years and out the door. That's the way it'll work. People unsatisfied. We all know what we need here. We need to bring in revenue, and hopefully this whole new regime will bring in revenue. So we will see.
You're talking in the side of the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
We need to bring in revenue. So let's see how it all works.
So what you're saying, and I would agree with this, is that it's kind of like the voters looked at the Republican Party and said, all right, we're going to give you the ball.
Yeah.
Run with it.
Right.
If you don't,
out you go.
Out you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wish them the best of luck. That
Me too.
We don't want them to fail.
Of course not. If all right, folks, here it is in a nutshell right here. If we are asking, it doesn't matter what party you belong to, but if we think and we are hoping for the new administration to fail,
that's bad.
Then we are just hoping Griswold falls apart.
Correct.
Why would we want that?
We don't want that.
Mr. Babbitt had, and has his supporters.
Yep.
Mr. Babbitt did not win this election.
No.
Dana Bennett did. So for all the people that said, she's this, she's that, because they did the same thing with Todd.
Yep.
He's this, he's that. The scuttlebutt always happens.
Yep.
But if we're saying, oh, they're gonna fail, oh, they're this, they're that, then we're just hoping the town fails.
Exactly.
Why would we cut off our nose to spite our face?
Right. And we don't want that to happen.
Of course we don't.
So.
The voters have spoken. This is the way. This is what we have. Let's build upon it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Personally, you may not agree with people. Professionally, let's make it work.
Well, and hopefully they will make it work, because hopefully we're coming out of this pandemic, which is going to hopefully loosen some stuff up. So hopefully we're going to be able to move forward. I mean, you can't blame Todd really for a lot of stuff, because his hands were tied because of COVID. We couldn't move forward. But let's hope now that we're coming out of it, that the ball gets picked up and we run with it. I mean, there were a lot of balls on the court, a lot of things going on. Let's hope we can move them forward and get things going here in town again. I can't understand why we can't. We got surrounding towns that are doing well. I think it's time for Griswold to stop doing well. So let's see what happens.
So let me ask you a question. Would you ask the new administration that's coming in to follow the bouncing ball, kind of like what the previous did, and continue with that work with the businesses that are kind of in limbo on coming in, like the data centers or whatever? What about the senior center? Because we know there's a lot of people with an axe to grind.
Correct.
On that senior center.
It's right. I mean, if they drop that ball and let that building just sit there, then shame on them. And shame on them if they tell the data centers to get your ass out of here, we don't want you. That would be bad, because once we set that tone up, how are you going to get other businesses to come in?
Exactly.
You want Griswold to be a business-friendly town. We want to attract them, and let's not go negative on businesses. If there are reasons why The data. I mean, we all hear the noise thing, the noise thing, the noise thing. You know, that's all people understand is the noise thing. Well, you may have to put up with a little noise if you want to get some big bucks coming in here. There's ways to eliminate noise. You know,
you put on a damn pair of headphones.
You know, no, you can do sound barriers outside. I mean, look at the state highways.
Mm-hmm.
The state highway. Look at 91. Look at 84. What do you think they put those big wooden side beams up on the side? Because there's houses behind there and it's noise. So there are noise prevention. So we could let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's look into it and let's see if we can bring them.
People buy houses down by right by 395. They know damn well there's going to be noise.
Right.
That's going to be louder than any data center.
Right. I mean,
but I think you said it perfectly. It's setting a precedent for other businesses thinking, oh, that town's just a hassle. And again, we'd end up screwing ourselves.
Exactly.
So we don't want to do that now, do we?
No. I mean, so, you know, maybe there's some other businesses around that will want to come in as well. So, I mean, we're wide open. I mean,
we need that big entity to come into Griswold, whether it's a data center or whatnot.
Right.
We need that big entity to come in and then have other people look at Griswold and say, oh, okay. Griswold is a place that we can build, we can expand. Sure, they got easy access, on and off 395. They're equidistant between Providence, Worcester, and Hartford.
Yeah.
Easy access to New York and Boston.
Yeah. And you got a lot of people who say, oh, I want to keep it rural. You want to keep it rural. You can't keep it rural because you're not going to get money out of the residents. They can't afford to keep paying taxes and having it going up.
Or they can't have them raised all the time.
And that's exactly what's going to happen because we all know that the cost of living and the cost of running the town is going to go up every year.
But it's going up exponentially.
Yes.
Just in this last year.
And this year is definitely going to go up because we all know we're all experiencing it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Look at home heating. What do you think it's going to cost to heat these buildings? I know we put the gas light in hoping it was going to reduce the cost, but cost of gas is going up now.
Mm-hmm.
So every fuel is going up. So yeah, the cost is going to go up. So I hope we continue to go down the path and let's
it's like, where's the money got to come from? It's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, if we're going to be like picking the senior center, for example, they don't get any income coming in. Whatever they got, it's frozen. It's the same amount every year, no matter what. Right. Well, account can't run that way.
No,
it's got to have money coming in every year. And the only revenue we get is from taxes. Yeah. So we need to attract those businesses. So, and we need to attract something fairly large. We need to get something that's going to pay us some big bucks every year, and it's going to be contingent. So
I think that's important that we do get a large entity.
Yep.
Because not only will the tax base be able to breathe a little bit better, but I think it will be contagious.
Correct.
For other businesses, but infrastructure. Yes. The dominoes will start to fall.
Right. And the infrastructure piece is supposed to start next spring,
mm-hmm.
according to Todd's last information. So that's going to start to hopefully develop some stuff too. So maybe when that gets in, maybe we'll get something else going here. So and then you got the one on 201, which will eventually get going. So, as long as we do that stuff and we continue to do that stuff.
So before you poo-poo a business that's going to be in the woods, hardly being able to hear, you're not going to see them. They're going to pay the town a lot of money, and they're going to hire a lot of people.
Yeah.
When do we think about that?
Yeah. And, and we heard this tourist thing, make tourist town. Well, what do we have here that's a tourist town?
You know what? I agree with her there. I 100% agree with her there.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, there is.
What?
Vampires. I know you think that's stupid.
No, it's not stupid.
Okay, look at Salem, little Salem, Massachusetts. Look what happened to them, all because of witches.
Look how long it's going to take for those vampire things.
It's got to start somewhere.
We don't have time to wait around 4 or 5 years for this whole vampire thing. We need to get the money coming in now.
Okay, I understand that.
Then we can get the vampire,
and that's gonna happen with large Fortune 500 companies coming into town.
Yeah, because once that happens, then the companies will they'll contribute to the community.
Right. And now the whole vampire thing, you want to talk about, we're just speaking to a tourist community, okay? Yeah. So you said there's nothing here. Well, actually, yeah, you could market the hell out of that as being the vampire capital of New England or whatever. Yeah. Because, there are people that go up and down, 95, 395, looking for stuff like that. Yeah. Guess what? Why not have that? People would stop here on the way to Salem.
Yeah, but you have to.
People go to people go every year from around here. Hundreds and hundreds go up to like the South Carver, Mass area for the Renaissance Fair.
But it takes time. We need to get money coming in now.
Court Kinney, not every business is a revenue producer because they may put burdens on town services. Take the long view. They will not come without the infrastructure.
Correct.
And that right there was part of that referendum, 2 years now?
Oh,
2 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah, before the pandemic.
All right, so we voted yes. Let's do it, and let's bring business to town.
It's going. I mean, it's going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind it's not going to happen. Yeah. So
it has to.
No, it's going to happen. Yeah. I think last time I heard it's supposed to start in the spring. It's being engineered now, so hopefully it'll start in the spring. So that's a good start. So once that starts, then we'll see. Hopefully, we'll start to see some action. But and the good thing and we talk about the data centers, there isn't any town requirements they need. They don't need anything. They're pretty much stand by themselves. They're private property. Don't worry about plowing a road to their anything. It's nothing.
They're private businesses.
Yeah, they stand by themselves. There's nothing needed.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
All right. It is 9:36. Yeah.
On my watch is now.
We're going to take a quick break for 1 second here. We'll be back in a minute. We hope you patronize these businesses that sponsor us here at SNSN, the First Grizzled Dental over on Slater Avenue, and Dr. Zuckerbrown, who's not going to be there much longer, as Dr. Katina Simmons is going to be taking over, and it's not going to be Dr. Zuckerbrown's office. It'll be Grizzled Eye Care. So that's coming up. So here's a couple of messages right here on SNSN.
Hi, I'm Harry, the Tooth Fairy. Or at least I used to be the Tooth Fairy. Business was great. Then people started discovering Griswold Dental. Dr. Norman Katzoff and his staff can do things to help you keep your teeth longer. It's enough to make an old Tooth Fairy cry. Griswold Dental can do all the work in-house. Imagine a new crown in 2 hours. They even know how to make dental anxiety go away. They even have a laser that can help with your gums. Griswold Dental will make you want to smile again. They can restore, clean, and help prevent all those problems that keep me in business. Dr. Katzoff and his staff will make you feel like family. They're friendly and you'll be comfortable. Contact Griswold Dental today and set up an appointment. 860-376-2624. 860-376-2624. Griswold Dental, 87 Slater Avenue, Jewett City. Tell them the Tooth Fairy sent you.
Hi, this is Alan Gear. You may know me as Mr. Jewett City. I want to tell you about my experience with our local eye doctor, Dr. Joel Zuckerbrun. I recently had cataract surgery, and I was told that I needed new glasses. I didn't know what to do because the problem was this was right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Where the heck was I going to get glasses? I checked places that make glasses. I looked online, and what I found was practically in my own backyard. So I called Dr. Z, as most people know him. His office is right on North Main Street, right here in the borough of Jewett City. I went to my appointment and had my glasses faster than I would have thought possible. Called Dr. Zuckerbrun at 376-2848. I trust Dr. Z with my eyesight, and you should too. Make an appointment today.
Your news and information source, SNSN.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I do want to make a point. We have some really fine people that join us in the mornings on this show.
Mhm.
A lot of great ideas, a lot of great statements. People speaking up, and that's cool. I really love that. I mean, one of the biggest reasons why we do this is because we want to get people talking.
Sure.
So Leon Lefebvre of Plainfield says it takes a commitment of a great community, of a great committee to get something started. All it takes is a great idea. So he's right. I agree with that because it all starts with an idea. And if anybody thinks that their idea is stupid, don't.
Well,
be surprised.
Yeah. So why don't you talk to the new selectmen and get a committee going and start trying to investigate your vampire thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, but that's already been started.
Has it?
The committee hasn't. There hasn't been a committee, but I don't know. It's just vampires are popular. They're popular. There's TV shows. There's stuff all over Travel Channel about ghost goblins and vampires. Yeah. This is something that Grizzled could capitalize on.
Yeah. Just make sure that you get somebody on the committee that's very familiar with the whole vampire story.
Well, put it this way: what can you get to at Grizzled? What can you get in Grizzled or Jewett City that you can't get anywhere else? If you lived in Norwich, what's something in Jewett City that you could only get here? Right now, what is something that Jewett City? I'm not saying there is.
The red Christmas ornament for town too.
You can get that in Norwich. But the answer is probably nothing. So if we created something that people may want to come to.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is the historical things that are here in this town have kind of like fallen by the wayside. I mean, over at Fanning Park over here, that originally was a Civil War monument.
Yeah.
Which people right now, they don't think of it as a Civil War monument. It's just a place where memorials are, but that's what it was there originally for. I mean, maybe there's some other things we could get going related to historical value. A lot of historical houses in town. But we don't push that idea because right now the only people interested in historical stuff, they're all elderly, and the historical side is kind of going by the wayside.
Right, but the people that are interested in Grizzled historical are Grizzled residents. We've got to think of something that's a little more universal that'll bring people into town. Because if you bring people into town, then they're going to eat at our restaurants. They're going to look around and that kind of stuff. Altone's building's been sold, so
but
that's going to change.
These historical sites that are here. I mean, that fountain down there next to. It's down on Waffle 138. It's an exact duplicate of a fountain that's located in New York. You know, the one on the side road. What the hell's the road down there? The one opposite.
Norman?
No, it's on 138 where the car dealership is at the traffic light.
Good.
Yeah, that's too far down. Bring it back this way.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's a monument down there that had a fountain in it. It was done by some woman. And that's an exact duplicate of a fountain that's located in New York City. So, but it just sits there now, dead piece of concrete.
Is that going to bring anybody to town? No.
No, but I'm saying there are historical things around here. Maybe have some history to them. I don't know. You know, maybe George Washington slept someplace. I don't know, but that's history. But no, we can't. Well, that's not a good idea now.
That's okay, Paul. But
history's no good no more. It's being
history.
It's getting canceled.
Canceled.
Yeah, that's wrong idea. Can't do that.
No, I think Donna says on the corner of Bethel and 138.
That's it.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah.
Put that up there. Yeah. So But a lot of towns have historical stuff, historical buildings. It doesn't bring people to town. It doesn't.
No.
So what I'm talking about is what can we do here that will bring people to town? So when Dana Bennett starts, when she says tourism, I mean, I honestly, believe it or not, I agree with her, because we have that is something that is built into the fiber of Americans these days, like freaking vampires. I'm not kidding you.
Well,
you could market the hell out of that.
But you're going to have to do something to bring those out. I mean, a lot of people don't even know what the hell they are.
That's my point.
Well, then you got to do research. You got to get some kind of tour set up. I mean, there's a lot of work to get it going. Not saying it won't.
I tell people all the time, there's what? Where are they?
Yeah.
What do you think people would do from other towns, other states, other communities? Jewett City's got vampires. Let's go check it out.
Well, yeah. Get on a committee and start the ball rolling.
Right. So anyway.
Yeah. Don't say no, but you got to get on the committee and start the ball rolling.
Bill Knight.
Yeah.
Plainfield. Or actually, I think Sterling. Yeah. Nobody gives a rat's ass about historical homes or history, period.
Okay.
And I think he's right. I don't think they do.
Well, history's...
Look, I'm 55 years old. I could care less. Honestly, I could care less. You know what I would like to see? Is like maybe some sort of a display of historical artifacts of Griswold.
No.
No, they have that. It's on the second floor of the library, and they're open like 7 hours a week, so it's real hard to get there. But I think that needs to be in a more accessible place. Yeah. And I think that's something right there that would attract people. It would attract school groups. Yeah. And, so anyway.
Well, get going on the vampire thing.
Oh, can you grab the hoodie, the Jewett City hoodie, if you don't mind, because you're right around the corner there. Because Laura just said something, which is very, very true. Not to mention, there is no other Jewett City in the country. What's that? What'd you get? No, well, that's the vampire one.
Well, that's the one you want?
No, the one with the Connecticut.
I don't know what the hell you want.
The Jewett, it says Jewett City. Paul will get there. I'm going to show you something. Well, there's two of them. All right, never mind. There's like 7 shirts out there, and you can't find it. It's a it's a hoodie, and it's got you know what? Why don't we just do it this way? Never mind, Paul. I'll just do it this way.
You must have sold it.
I did not. Well, we sold all the ones we had. But let's see. I'll get to it. And these are all available on snsnradio.com. A whole bunch of stuff. We even have socks. Geez, this is... Oh, there it is. Okay. Come on, load up. Now, you can get this in either a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. By the way, there's no other Jewett City in the world. Not just the country. But
there's no
world.
other Jewett City anymore?
No. There's a Jewett, Texas.
Oh.
But there's not a Jewett City anywhere else.
Oh.
So here we go. America's only Jewett City. There it is. You can get it in a hoodie or
that's
a t-shirt.
That's not out there. So now you can put a little vampire on it. Now you can put a little vampire on it.
Yeah, I mean, we have all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is all stuff that you can take a look at to snsnradio.com.
Yeah.
But that right there, I think all right, I designed it. Whoopie-doo. But I think it's important, to people know, like, where, if you go somewhere, Norwich, New London, Putnam, and you're sporting this America's only Jewett City, guess what? Now that makes us a little more notable. A little bit. Why? Because we're the only ones in the world.
States.
The world. Look it up.
How do you know there's no other Jewish
looked it up.
city? And maybe
There's
there's a
no
Jewish
other-
city, Russia.
There is not. There is not.
I'm going to fact check that.
Go ahead. Do it right now.
I can't do that. I'm not going to do it on the phone.
So Leon just says 2015, which is true, Plainfield had earthquakes.
Oh.
That was something that was
Okay.
big booms and stuff like that.
Well, I expect in the next 3 or 4 years, there'll be vampires running around town.
We tried to do it last year,
Yeah,
but the health department said no.
Yeah. You know, the other thing too, a lot of towns do is they like if you go into Georgia next to the college, near the Georgia Tech,
Mhm.
there's bulldogs all over town.
Yeah.
They paint them all different
Sure.
colors.
We tried to do the same thing with sunflowers.
Didn't work. Nobody wanted to do
It was working. Then the ball got dropped.
Yeah.
It just
See,
stopped.
that's the problem. What happens with a lot of
The
stuff.
Jewett City Savings Bank put a beautiful mural
Oh, they did it.
on their
Beautiful
ATM. Eastern Connecticut Savings
have one
Bank
too.
has a beautiful mural
Yeah.
on their signposts with clock.
Yeah.
It's but what happened?
Yeah. But the ball got dropped.
It's been 2 years. Nobody's ever talked about it again.
I know. It was going to be a mural on a building down by
Right.
Walgreens. Put a mural on
Yeah.
a wall there. It never happened. Well, again, it all takes money, and unfortunately, nobody wanted to give money. So we don't have any. I mean, town wasn't going to pay for it. I mean, I think the woman that owned the building was donate some money, but it's going to take more than what she was going to donate.
I
So-
think if we were to do anything with the vampire thing, it would have to come from private industry. It's not going to be funded from the town. But the town would benefit from it.
Oh, absolutely.
If it took
yeah,
off.
it wouldn't be a town thing.
But it's everybody knows. Like for example, Salem is all about witches and all that
yeah.
stuff, right? That doesn't stop them from promoting,
No.
right? They keep promoting all the time. So look what happened with us and sunflowers. Well, we stopped promoting it. So there, all of a sudden, boom, no more sunflowers.
Well, again, the pandemic hit, so that kind of screwed everything up as well.
Doesn't matter.
I know, but that's what killed a lot of stuff.
Well,
same thing that killed the radio star.
Video killed sunflowers. No. All right, Paul. That's it, man. We made it through Monday. Your favorite day of the week.
I'm going over get a cup. I'm going to go get a cup of blood.
Jesus. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. One thing that I would like to say, if we were talking about, there's a lot of people that come into the chat group and listen to us ramble on the morning show. Tell somebody, that maybe would be interested in joining the show or just having some fun, and we'd love to hear everybody's thoughts.
Right.
They don't have to agree with mine
Or mine
Paul's.
either. Right.
But if you enjoy the show, chances are somebody in your community or a friend or relative will also enjoy the show too. Right. So, all right.
We're out of here.
We're out of here. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back once again. I'll be by myself right here on SNSN. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 860-376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138, Griswold. Reliable plumbing and heating services are just a phone call away when you contact the professionals at McGuire Plumbing and Heating in Fallontown. Family owned for more than 35 years, McGuire Plumbing and Heating has earned a reputation by providing accurate quotes and being open and honest when on the job, plus giving honest advice that may be needed down the road but isn't an immediate concern today. Find McGuire Plumbing